Sometimes you're crazy and you wonder why. I'm such a baby 'cause the wizards make me cry.
Oh, the Wizards.
But there's nothing I can do. Commandus wants to be with you.
Blow it up.
God.
Drop the beat.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is June
Children of all ages.
23rd. Children of all ages, although I always check not safe for children when we upload these videos. Just as a disclaimer.
That's because of Phil.
Mostly because of Phil and his tyrants. But
Sure.
but welcome back. I gotta adjust my lighting here. There we go. Okay.
I'll take the hit on that one. Call me the rated R superstar, baby.
Rated R superstar. Like your wrestling name. What was your wrestling name again? Pete
Glitter Sanchez.
Dev told me I used to look straight up Mexican earlier.
Tommy
You see a picture?
Labor.
You see that picture of him on Facebook and tell him look like Pablo Escobar, man. You see him had a little mustache. By the way, your mustache
I
screamed.
didn't have the full beard.
Your mustache screamed. Your mustache screamed German, by the way. I just want you to know that.
German.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh, let me kill the intro.
He had the monsters, the little thin. He had the
Go
little
back and
thin.
look.
He had the little thin, like what's the dad on the Addams Family?
Gomez Adams.
Also was Mexican, by the way. You know.
Yes.
I mean, the
Maybe
name
I
is
look like
maybe-
Gomez
maybe-
Adams.
Maybe he was Puerto Rican though. I don't know.
Gomez. I guess Gomez could be a multitude of things. If you really think about it.
He's clearly Hispanic. His last name's Gomez. I mean, that's.
His first name's Gomez.
Oh yeah. What's his first name? What's his last name?
Adams.
Maybe not.
Gomez Adams. I don't know. My Adams family knowledge is very slim. I don't even think I've.
Wednesday Adams is pretty dope. This the TV show on Netflix. That is a good show. You should watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back to another episode of Command This. This is episode, what is this? 203? 203, fellas. Here we are. And we're calling this one, Did We Just Become Best Friends? And mostly because if you looked at the news lately, Joe Gibbs, our beloved Joseph Jackson Gibbs III, I don't know if he's a third or not. He's back. Him and Josh Harris are teaming up. So that's why we call this one, Did We Just Become Best Friends? I use a little bit of photoshopping to get them into Step Brothers photos. If you haven't looked at the thumbnail, please go check it out. Thought it was pretty cool. But
One of Steve's better works.
yes, I'm your boy Steve. That was Phil in the intro. We got Dev. We are the trio of Command This. And let's say hi to people in the chat already. We had our boy Terrence Mean Green. We ain't seen Terrence in a minute. Thank you for tuning in. He's our friend who is an Eagles fan. And as we get closer to the season, we'll probably do a NFC East breakdown. So I'm sure he'll come on to help talk about the Eagles offseason and whatnot. We have Kevin Flynn said, "What up, Dev?" I think this
What
is your
up,
boy,
Kevin?
Dev.
Hey, you bust my ass at Madden.
Oh, hold on, you lost in Madden?
I'll kick my ass, man. I don't have a chance.
What?
Yeah.
There's very few people who bust your ass in Madden.
Well, it's the beta, man, but it still kicks my ass. I mean, I guess it really don't count, but it does count.
I will never forget the first time Dev was talking all that shit and then Parker beat him.
Hey, I would Parker's ass after that too. By the way, nobody brings up that though.
The problem is that didn't get recorded. We didn't have a link to that. We didn't talk bad shit to Parker before you lost like 42-10.
Nah,
yeah.
I think he barely won.
I will play you when Madden 24 comes out because it is crossplay. I'm not good, but I'll brush up on my Madden skills and we'll play and maybe we'll live stream it or something and show everyone.
Is it crossplay? Is it crossplay for just the current generation?
It's just current generation. Yeah.
Okay.
Series X, PS5.
Because I have an Xbox
PC
One over here.
Oh, so I could not
has it.
play you on my PS4 then?
No, not at all.
Oh.
Man, you make way too much money to have the old ass system, dog. PS4s are for
You know
poor
what?
people.
I was gonna buy a PS5, but I chose to buy a firearm instead.
Yeah, hey,
priorities,
man.
Priorities, man.
They are the
priorities.
same. This guy Steve, by the way, has an indoor pool and an outside pool. So look at him right now. He's in the Millennium Falcon or where the fuck he's in, a TIE fighter or some shit.
I have an 1,800 square foot house. Okay, it's small.
He has a TIE fighter. That's not a green screen, fellas.
No.
That's his own TIE fighter.
Steve's house isn't small. Steve having 3 kids in the house makes it small.
Linda's on here now. She counts all his money. She knows. Hey, Linda, he has enough money to buy Xbox Series X.
Stop.
You want to get his mom to give us answers?
And we got our boy Yam in the chat. Yam Sensei said, I need the preseason already. I need football content. The USFL is trash. I can't get into it either.
I can't either.
The XFL was fun at the same time the NFL, but USFL, it reminds me of like, what was the Canadian Football League? It reminds me of NFL year.
The Canadian Football League is actually fun to watch because it's all offense.
I like the Euro football. It was dope. Them helmets was dope, man.
Canadian Football League is fun because it's 12 guys on the field, 3 downs. It's a longer field. It's all passing. Like it's everything. It's video game football for the most part.
Yeah.
No, the XFL is just boring and nobody goes to the games.
Yeah.
Like, they try to hold it in these big stadiums. It's like, dude, no.
Very soon enough. But until then, Yam, I think we're sitting at either 79 days till we see the first snap of football. I forgot. I lost count. It was
we got about a little over a month before training camp starts, and that's when we start to see footage and film and guys in pads, and you hear the clack.
But I mean, it was 80 something days till first week of the season, so I think it's probably down to 70. So back that up, what, a month?
No, over a month because it starts in late July.
August. No, the first preseason game is what?
It's like August 8th or something.
So, Mom Dukes, what's up, Mom? Thank you for tuning in for everyone. That's Linda. That's my mom, Ma Dukes. Terrence is back. Hey, Terrence. Yeah, we're just talking about your Eagles, man. How they're just going to go 3-14 this year. So you didn't miss anything. Just kidding. He's in the process of selling his house. Good luck. I'll be there.
I just did that Tuesday. Closed on a house that I own, don't live in.
My in-laws closing their house too. My soon-to-be in-laws.
Congratulations. Well, first step, Joe Gibbs and Josh Harris teaming up, just like we talked about earlier. So if you haven't been paying attention to the news, Josh Harris, Mitchell Rails, Magic Johnson, they're in the process of buying a team. It's making baby steps closer. Right. And if you get Joe Gibbs on your side, you know, he's beloved in this fan base and in this area. So what Josh Harris did, his entertainment company is called Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment and Arctos Partners. Yeah, long name, but that's his, I don't know. That's his prestige worldwide, for a lack of a better term, worldwide entertainment company. And as part of the deal, Gibbs will become a limited partner in Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment, which is pretty cool. But I guess it has to be approved by the NBA and the NHL. So I think Joe Gibbs is now branching out into sports ownership. So in theory, that kind of makes him a kind of limited owner in the Commanders. Yes? No? Doesn't? Wouldn't it? If Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment is buying, nope, I stand corrected. A person has to buy the team. Your company can't buy the team because you can't be owned by a company. So
no, but he's going to have the ear.
It's semantics, right? Harris Blitzer Sports is Josh Harris, even though that is a company. But Joe Gibbs invested in that company.
He's going to have the owner's ear.
Yeah.
All right. Now, one of the things that's probably mitigated the possible damage that Dan Snyder could have done was the fact that Joe Gibbs had influence. Otherwise, think of it this way, people. If Joe Gibbs had nothing to do with the Washington Redskins football team Commanders over the years, Can you imagine how bad things could have been with Dan Snyder having nobody there to be like, Dan?
No adult in the room?
Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
I think now you have an adult in the room as an owner, and you've got Joe Gibbs there. And let's face it, the fan base is still largely similar to the one that we had in terms of the composition and types of people are still fans of his fan base. They were fans when Joe was here both times.
Yeah.
He knows the people. He gets the people. And everywhere Joe is gone, whether as a coach, as a NASCAR team owner, he's had success. This is a guy who you want to listen to just because of his pedigree, and not just from the 80s and early 90s. He's the only coach that's been to the playoffs twice under Dan Snyder. When he came back, we went to the playoffs twice in 4 years. And his NASCAR teams are extremely successful to this day.
Yeah.
So realistically speaking, why wouldn't you have him around? This guy's a winner wherever he goes.
Yeah, straight up. And it, like I said before, it's you get him on your side, you're good with the fan base. There's no, you're okay. You got him on your side.
If that's going to be your first move, that's really his first. That's a de facto first move by Harris as an owner. He's already made a big time plus move with the fan base.
But Phil, I only talked about one side of this deal. So what I talked about was Joe Gibbs becoming a limited partner in Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment. It's also reverse. Joe Gibbs sold a minority stake in Joe Gibbs Racing to Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment and Arctos Partners. So they each of their companies bought partnership into the other person's company, if that makes sense.
I mean, that goes to show you that Joe Gibbs must have some faith in Josh Harris.
Exactly. And he's also like, let me get some of the 76ers. Let me get some of the Commanders. Let me get some of, who else does he own? The Devils?
New Jersey Devils.
Let me get some of the Devils.
So Joe Gibbs isn't dumb.
He's
That's amazing because you never see a coach who can be as savvy as an owner and a businessman. And it's funny because Gibbs is such an unassuming guy, and then you kind of look at this and you look at the moves he makes, not just as, like I said, as a coach, but you look at him as an owner of a racing team, as a businessman who's expanded. He's got, you got to think a lot of those business moves are things like the collaborations with GM, where they had the Joe Gibbs Racing, like Silverado SSs that came out back in the mid 2000s, things like that.
Yeah.
Gibbs does not lose anywhere in anything he's done. Like that, you always see that. Like you'll see,
I will not lose.
But think of it this way: how many times have you seen a coach go to be a GM and they suck?
Yeah.
How many times you see somebody go from become a player, become a coach, and they suck?
Right.
Gibbs has succeeded at every level here.
He has.
And
3 Super Bowls. He's a national treasure in the
regional area. How many attempts too?
3 Super Bowls, 4 Super Bowl appearances.
Yeah, Raiders whooped our ass.
How many coaches went to 4 Super Bowls, bro?
Not many.
Marv
I don't
Levy.
think any. How many went to
Marv
4?
Levy went to 4 and lost in the Bills.
Belichick.
Chuck Noll went 4
to 4.
And then Bill Belichick.
Was Bill Walsh in there, or did he get?
No, he retired. He retired after his third.
Okay.
And the very next year, George Seifert won.
What about Jimmy Johnson? He has 3, right?
No, he has 2.
2.
No, he's 2. You're right. He has 2.
Yeah.
So
he does have a college national championship, though.
Yeah, man. I get you're right. So 4 appearances. That'd be a good fact to look up.
It's Gibbs
with the same squad too.
Gibbs, Shula,
with no franchise quarterbacks except for one.
Bill Belichick.
None.
Maybe one franchise. No Hall of Fame quarterbacks either. How many went to 4 with no Hall of Fame quarterbacks?
Theismann Theismann was 83, right?
Not in the Hall of Fame.
Theismann was an MVP in 83.
He's not in the Hall. He's never a Hall of Famer.
He's not a Hall of Famer.
No. We won in 83, 87, and 91. What year did we get our ass whooped?
87, 91.
88, we lost to the Raiders, right? Was it 88?
No, that was 83. We lost
83,
the Raiders.
we got our ass whooped by the Raiders, yeah.
January of 84, if you want to be technical.
No,
but anyway.
Which basically is a whole game Marcus Allen's reasons in the Hall of Fame. Because he has not deserved to be in there outside of that.
I'm not going to agree with that, but
shit, look at the numbers.
You know what's funny? We beat the Raiders earlier that season in the regular season too.
We beat the Bears the year they won it, right?
No,
we beat the Bears.
85 Bears.
No,
Rivera, 85 Bears.
Yeah, Dolphins beat them.
I thought we beat them.
Now we beat them the next year when they actually had a better defense.
I think the year they won it was the year we're supposed to win it. The year we won it was the year they're supposed to win it, right? Or something weird.
No, not quite. We were in the middle of a transition in 85. 86 we bounced back. 85 was kind of a transition.
Did we make the Super Bowl 84, 83, 84?
No, 83 we did.
Right, so like 83, 84 we made the season, right?
Yeah, we made it. We lost the Raiders. Now we should have been in the NFC Championship the following year, but we got. It's one of the few times you can legitimately say that refs cost us a game. Was against the Bears.
Who won in 84?
49ers, who we beat in the 83 NFC Championship. We would have if the Bears didn't get the benefit of some really, really, really generous officiating. And we only lost by 4 points. We would have played the 49ers again in the NFC Championship game. Now, that 49er team went 15-1. They were tough.
We lost to them in the NFC Championship. I want to say it was like 89. It was 80, 88, 89. I remember we
lost them in 90 and lost them in 90 and 92 in the divisional round.
That's right, because I was in my football uniform. We watched that game at our football banquet. Yam has a good comment. Says the winningest organization in NASCAR. If you combine all the series, Hendrick Motorsports is number one in the Cup Series, but Joe Gibbs Racing is number one across all three main divisions.
I've met every member of the Hendrick Motorsports.
Dev has friends in high places.
They're not my friends, but I definitely have met.
Yeah.
I actually drove what's the name? Richard Hendrick. I guess the head guy.
Yeah, Richard Hendrick.
Him and his wife. Their first car, their first C8.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a black one and a white one, and then their son, I think, got one this year. I don't drive anymore, so I didn't get to drive.
Yeah, well, you got to remember Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson, two of the winningest drivers were Hendrick Motorsports.
Met Jeff Gordon at work.
Yeah, he's got some good names under it. Richard Childress Racing used to be nice too when they had Dale Earnhardt and a couple guys passed through here and there. But Joe Gibbs' first driver was Tony Stewart. He had the Home Depot car. Tony Stewart used to drive. IndyCar.
I will back that up a bit. That's not his first driver.
It wasn't his first driver?
No, his first driver was Dale Jarrett.
Interstate Batteries. Dale Jarrett, number 18.
It was Dale Jarrett, and then it was Bobby Labonte,
brother of Terry.
And then it was Tony Stewart. Gibbs just went from A1 driver to A1 driver to A1 driver.
Yeah, good times.
Mm-hmm.
Good owner. Yam says, I have several friends in NASCAR across different teams. Everyone who's a part-time driver. The Petties are also my cousins. What?
Yo, what? Yam, how do you not drop that nugget before?
Wait. I got something here. Who said that their Petties are their cousins? Listen to Yam. Listen to this. I'm not lying to you on this. My ex-wife's a Petty. They are related to the Petties also. In fact, when the Cow Petty died, or which was the singer? Richard?
I don't think it was a singer. Richard was the father.
No, I'm talking about the one that sings the Petty, Tom Petty.
Oh, yeah, Tom Petty.
When he died, one of the grandfathers went to the funeral, and they are related to the race car family Petties also.
What?
No lie. My son is a half Petty, but two of them are.
Jesus Christ! So your son is distantly related to Yam.
Yam.
To racing royalty.
Like there's a 10 degrees of separation between me and Yam. Man.
I think it's less than
I had sexual relations and kids with a Petty, and you're blood related to a Petty. So that works out.
Have you ever watched Workaholics?
Guess what, Yam? Hey, look, we're 20 minutes in. I can say this. Hey, Yam, Dev was fucking your family.
Man.
Yep, there goes our monetization for this video, ladies and gentlemen.
Procreated three kids out of one, man. So
have you ever watched The League?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know Eskimo Brothers.
Nah, I don't
You don't
remember
that
that
show.
Oh,
I
Eskimo
y'all want
Brothers.
to see Escobar. Show Phil's picture on the screen
The
when he's
Eskimo
clearly
Brothers.
Eskimo Brothers
Escobar.
is when you and another person have relations with the same person. You are called Eskimo Brothers, and it's an unspoken bond between the two of you that you're basically Eskimo brothers. You'd have to watch the episode.
I don't think Yam has sex with my wife, man. Ex-wife.
All right, moving on. So the owners have it's been declared that the owners are going to meet July 20th. That's now official, and they will approve the sale of the Commanders and the Josh Harris bid that just dropped today. So Dan and Tanya Snyder on their way out, $6.05 billion. And if you remember, there was a little bit of discrepancies with where the money was coming from. They thought it was a lot of private equity, which was basically tied up at a company, and a company can't own a team. So Josh Harris was selling a bunch of stocks in some companies that he owns, Arcnos Entertainment. So we would have that liquid cash to say, listen, it's not my company who owns the team, it's me who owns the team. Although, you know, it's kind of 6 1/2, a dozen in the other. But so it looks like this team's going to be getting sold before the preseason. But my question to you guys is, all that being said, we kind of hit on it before. There's two things. They haven't released this. I think there's still findings from a investigation that hasn't been fully released yet. Are we still pending like the Mary Jo White stuff? And two, Hard Knocks still has not been announced. Do you think the NFL is waiting for this to announce Hard Knocks? Because Phil and I had a great discussion about Hard Knocks last week. Go back and watch that episode if you can. So I don't know, Dev, you think they're waiting on Hard Knocks for the sale to come through? Does it mean it's going to be us?
I don't think it's going to be us. I mean, I think it's going to be Lions.
The Lions were on it last year. I guess you can go back to back. They were on it last year, remember?
Yeah, I think that's who they want to be on it.
It was a good. The Lions were a good watch. Dan Campbell.
Watch.
It's funny seeing Mark Brunell as a coach.
Sam Brunell. Mark Brunell.
Yeah, and then who was their defensive guys? They were DBs.
It was I can't think of his name. He's a corner. He used to be a corner.
Yeah, corner. And they would get into these heated arguments, him and the running backs coach.
Yeah. They're like best friends, though.
Yeah, they are. Like, it was really off the camera.
So apparently Yam says that the Lions were asked and they declined.
Oh,
they're probably like, been there, done that. Not to double back, but Yam did said the Petty connection runs deep throughout the North Carolina, Virginia era. Rockingham. I think they're big in Rockingham.
Hey, I shook hands with Richard Petty. Is that the one with the black hat? Everybody fucking
yeah, it's Richard.
Yeah. That guy came by and shook all of our hands in the engine room. He's a cool guy, man. He looks like 100 years old, but
he said he's related to the Harris Robinson side. It's a loose third cousin relationship, but
that guy in the black hat was the coolest guy there, man.
He was the king, man. Number 43 STP. I met him in Richmond.
Not a NASCAR guy, but I kind of know who they are. They come in and work.
I want to say 87. I met him in Richmond. They tore up the Richmond International Raceway. We had season tickets. We'd go twice a year, and he got to drive the excavator on the track to do the first demolition after the race was over, because they were rebuilding everything to what it is today. So. Like you said, Lions already declined Hard Knocks, and only 4 teams can be forced to do it, and we're one of those 4. I think the Jets are another one. I forget the other 2.
Jeff Gordon, by the way, he looks incredibly young, man. He looks like he can still do everything.
Always looked like a kid.
That dude.
Always.
I'm straighter than a $2 bill, man, but that's the most handsome guy I've ever seen.
He is very handsome.
This is crazy. I was like, how the hell does this guy look 20 years old, man?
Yeah, no, he's straight up very handsome. And just for reference, Phil was kind enough to share the picture that Dev was discussing about earlier.
Phil Escobar right there, man.
He looks just like Pablo Escobar.
I'm telling you, show Pablo. All it's missing is a curly hair.
If I grew it out, it would be curly.
That's him. That's Pablo Escobar.
I
told y'all he ain't dead. They ain't really him. 2 people aren't dead. Pablo and Hitler. They're not dead, bro.
By the way, that is the day my son was born.
I say you're holding Ben.
He want to protect his son. He can't tell nobody who he is. That's Pablo Escobar.
That's funny.
Pull up a picture of Pablo Escobar.
Pablo Escobar. So the team's going to be moving on. So Yam says it's Washington, Jets, Bears, and Saints. I think the Jets.
I think the Bears would be an interesting one.
in New York media and New York sells. Everyone loves New York. So I think the Jets would do the best for the NFL from a ratings perspective. But when you look at storyline,
Bears are one of the top global franchises, though.
But what to me, Hard Knocks is all about storylines. What
Justin
storylines?
Justin
Okay, he's in
Fields.
his third year. He's getting better. That's not sexy.
They want to make him. They want to make him the next god tier star in this league.
He's got to do something. I love
The
Justin
NFL
Fields,
is dying for Justin Fields to be a star.
They just need their first
Ohio State is dying
yes.
for Justin Fields to be a star.
That's what they need. And but New York and Aaron Rodgers and Robert Saleh and Zach Wilson, I think that's what will sell, even though I'm biased and I think our storyline's probably better. New owner, fifth round quarterback starting, and Phil, we talked about this last week, how we would be better next year. Let's say if Ron gets fired,
but one of the rules is
you can't do it with the first year head coach. So we couldn't do it next year.
Well, if Ron's not here.
No, you can't. Apparently you're not eligible if you're a first year head coach. Team's not eligible. I didn't know that.
Okay, run that one back again. If Ron's not here.
If Ron's not here, yes.
Now they do the midseason.
They do the midseason.
And I said that we probably will be a much more interesting midseason team.
Yeah, because we're like, oh wow, who are these guys? Where'd they come from?
Especially if we come out hot.
Yeah, what are they doing? Plus, you said it would give the ownership a chance to like clean up a little bit of garbage on the way out of the last guys.
Little doo doo on the way out.
Yeah, pick up the doo doo, pick up a little bit of doo doo balls on the outside. Yam says the issues being Rodgers wants no part of Hard Knocks, but he does want part of legalizing psychedelics. He did make that public yesterday.
I'm all for that.
But he said, which is also why they have waited so long, probably trying to work out a deal with him specifically. If they have to pay Aaron Rodgers specifically, that's going to make me hate him even more. I don't know. And yeah, you're right. I don't watch it in season either. Of course, if we were on, I'd watch it. But
I'll watch it. Yeah.
I can't get into it. I'm so used to the like other things like fantasy football and other stuff like that. So
yeah, fantasy football is way better.
And I don't even know if Amazon is still doing their thing. Is Amazon still doing their version?
Yeah, I think
the worst thing this team could do is be on Great Value Hard Knocks.
Yeah, the Prime version of it.
Yeah, because that just further cements your status as the Great Value franchise.
It's like the Michaels. It's like the Michaels of NFL TV reality shows. You want Hobby Lobby. Michael was for poor people, like PS3s and stuff. I was messing with you, man.
I got a PS4. I got a PS4.
Yeah.
All right. So if you know Marty Morningway, you guys remember Marty Morningway?
Yes.
Super Bowl winning coach. He came up with a top 10. Dev, you'll love this topic. I kind of snagged this one just for you. Top 10 NFL backups. And linking it to how this makes these particular teams.
We don't have Eric Hellwig.
The most prepared. Eric Hell, yeah, that's right. Bring in the backups. We should probably get him back on soon.
Yeah, get him back on.
But I do want to go through this list here very quickly, Dev, and share this to see where we stand.
Let's do it.
All right, number 10, Sam Darnold. He put Sam Darnold at number 10. Fair enough, right?
No, I think so. I mean, I've never been
backup quarterbacks. I got to see the rest of the list.
As a backup, yeah, I can see that.
Okay, number 9, Tyler Huntley, Baltimore Ravens. I love Tyler Huntley.
Tyler Huntley made the Pro Bowl last year, by the way.
Which is bullshit. He shouldn't have.
It is 100%.
It's proof that they need to redo.
He started 2 games.
Well, I think they asked like 9 They asked like 9 MFs to be in it, and he was the only guy that was.
But I think he's a perfect fit for the Baltimore Ravens scheme. And I'm not just saying that because he's a black quarterback. Like he has the same abilities as Lamar Jackson, but he's like a Lamar Jackson C+.
He's Michaels. He's Michaels.
He's a great value Lamar Jackson.
He's Michaels, not Hobby Lobby.
He is equate.
Equate.
He's big.
Great value, suave. No,
he's
no.
not. He's not
Lamar
Aquafina.
Jackson.
He's
the-
big.
it's
He's
like
Big
when you
K.
ask your parents, "Can I have Lamar Jackson?" Your mom says, "We got Lamar Jackson at home." It's Tyler Huntley.
Yeah.
He's like people burgers when you go to McDonald's as a kid. You're like, I can make that at home. Still sesame seeds on my bun, Mom.
It's not even a bun. It's two
put your
pieces of
hamburger
white
on
bread.
You know what? You gotta frame these in accordance with shoe
I got
brands.
PTSD, man. I still eat hamburgers on bread. I can afford. I got all kinds of buns. I was in there making mail the other day, and I had pieces of bread. I was putting on. It's like, why don't you use
Because
the buns
it's
over
easy.
there?
Eating
Why don't you
things
use the
on bread
buns
is
over
easy.
there? I'm like, oh, I got PTSD. We had one type of bread growing up. It was bread.
Just bread.
Right.
That's right. So number 8, our guy, the one, the only, Mr. Taylor Heineke. There he is. Number 8.
I like Taylor Heineke. Man.
I think it's a good spot.
Taylor
He's
Heineke
only
gonna
30.
fuck around and win that job, bro.
If he beats
gets
Desmond
in.
Ritter.
If he gets in,
Part of his fan base thinks Taylor Heineke's a god. He can't even be the number 1 backup in the league.
Well, that's his home state, so he's from
Atlanta. Yeah,
He's
he's a hero there.
I'm not going to pass up the opportunity.
Yeah,
I think Huntley's better than I mean, I think Taylor's better than Huntley personally. I'm not gonna lie, he can't run like Huntley, but he can run.
Huntley struggles in passing because I just think he needs more experience.
Sounds like Taylor Heineke.
Yeah, but Taylor can still. He threw for what 3,400 yards.
Taylor understands an offense.
How many of those passes were either lucky catches or schemed open receivers that were like 10 yards?
I think Taylor understands an offense. I just don't think he has an arm talent. I think the other guy has an arm talent, just doesn't really understand offense.
Yeah. Number 7, Jameis Winston, which I think he could still be a starting job in the NFL, but he keeps signing for backup money. So Jameis Winston at number 7, 80 NFL starts, terrific games. He can throw 3 to 4 or 5 touchdowns, but also throw the same
4 or 5 interceptions.
Number 6, Marcus Mariota.
No, James Winston,
Philadelphia.
Heineke, and your boy from Baltimore Ravens are better than Mariota, bro. I don't give a shit. Mariota has not convinced me of anything. Ever.
I mean, he's a good backup quarterback. You know exactly what you're getting from him.
Didn't exactly look impressive against us.
He didn't look impressive.
Not really.
No,
he
I
got
say
1 or 2 good plays.
He did not look impressive against us. Remember, their offense mustered 13 points.
Dev, he said he did not look impressive.
What?
He said he did not look impressive.
Right. Yeah. He got outplayed by Heineke also.
He did.
So
he did. We almost lost that game, by the way, but
we didn't because of who? Heineke threw it up.
No, we didn't because
interception.
Of Ron Payne and Cam Curl.
That's right. All right. After number 5, I want you guys to try to guess. So number 5 is Gardner Minshew on the Colts.
Nah, I ain't seen him play in 3 years.
27. All right. Let's start. 4, 3, 2, 1. We only have a few people left.
Jacoby Brissett's number 3.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go with the guy from San Francisco.
Brock Purdy.
Yeah, Brock Purdy.
Well, Sam Darnold's already
10. He's the backup on this list.
I think they consider.
But Lance and Purdy are both there. Who's the backup?
Purdy's hurt, so they're not counting him.
Yeah.
I'm going Purdy. Who's our backup? I'm going our backups in there too.
Jacoby. Okay.
Jacoby's going to be
Who else are we
number
missing
3.
here? You got 4 quarterbacks left. It's got to go around and think about it.
Who's a Bills backup? No. Tampa Bay's backup. What's his name? Played for Florida.
Wayne Gabbert?
No, man. Well, he's on there too. That's who I would pick him. Damn it. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you.
Played for University of Florida?
Yeah. Hold on, I'll tell you right
now.
Oh,
you're talking about old lanky white boy.
I'll tell you right now. Just Trask or something like that.
Kyle Trask.
Kyle Trask. Yeah.
Yeah, he came out last year.
I say Chris Leak, and I knew that wasn't the right answer.
Dude, Chris Leak.
Very athletic. Played the Jordan Reed role. Should have turned into a wide receiver. Like Jordan Reed was a wide receiver, or quarterback turned wide receiver down at Florida.
Tight end.
Mm-hmm. No, he was a wide receiver at Florida, if I'm not mistaken. Quarterback turned wide receiver.
Jordan Reed?
Yeah. Or was he a
tight end?
In the NFL?
He changed the tight end in college. Him and they had him, Tebow, Cam Newton, and Leak at the same time.
That's insane.
It is. And Cam Newton. Yeah, Cam Newton was there.
Yeah.
One of them years.
Yam said, did you see that their Thursday night games can now be flexed between weeks 13 through 17? That's like kind of dirty if you actually plan on going to one of those games.
I mean,
that is really that's not going to last.
Yeah. He also said, did you see that? I think it was the dude on the show with Chris Sims. It was Hal was like quarterback 39.
Chris Sims at him at 39. Chris Sims hates anybody who puts on burgundy and gold.
No, Chris Sims has been very generous towards Washington the last 3 years. I would say he's had a lot of good favorable.
Isn't he the same guy who said he ranked a bunch of every year he ranks a bunch of backups over our starters?
I don't know. He's talking about Florio.
Chris Sims is complimentary towards non-quarterbacks. He always shits on us at quarterback.
Yeah, well, rightfully so. Probably deserve it.
He's bitter and jealous because the only wins he has against us are fluky.
He said, Nat Dickwad, Mike Clay was heavy. It was like every Washington position group rated near the bottom of the league except for DEDL. And even they are just mid. I mean, Deron and Payne and
when you think of NFL pundits, where does Mike Clay rank on that list?
I don't even know who Mike Clay is.
Because no one knows who he is.
I mean, I know him now because he's getting a lot of flack for what he said, but Yam said it was Sims himself.
I called it. I know Chris Sims.
I'm telling you, he loves Brian Robinson. He loves Terry McLaurin.
He's hated every quarterback who's ever put pads on for his team.
Man.
I think so.
All right. Let's see who else is on
Mark
this
Brunell
list.
threw for 41 yards and beat him.
Yeah, he was a terrible quarterback. And he wears his polo shirts buttoned all over the top, by the way. Number 4, Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett. He said he's a little biased because
as my brother Phil would call him in Spanish, Jacoby.
Jacoby. People are calling in our group chat and Twitter. They call him Brisket, the Brisket Brigade.
Brisket.
He had a 48 to 23.
Can we not talk about brisket?
Touchdown to interception ratio. It was very tasty. Number 3, Cooper Rush. Dallas Cowboys.
I couldn't think of his name. I was like the guy from the Cowboys.
6 starts, 5-1. Remember, he took over for that Dallas team. Dak came back and then they flopped. Should have left Cooper Rush in, man. Should have left Cooper.
I forgot about Cooper Rush, man. I ain't gonna lie.
He was a free agent. They re-signed him.
Did he came back? Damn, he's an idiot.
Yeah,
he probably got paid.
But he got signed pretty quickly after free agency started, so it was just a matter of time.
He probably could have got paid too.
Number 2, Andy Dalton, Carolina Panthers, the Red Rocket. He's still having a career. Went on from Cincinnati, and then when they brought in Joe Burrow, was see you later, and he went to New Orleans. Came in relief.
No, he was in Dallas too.
He wasn't. That's right. He wasn't. He was in Dallas.
Because we beat them
badly.
He played horrible.
38,000 yards passing, which is crazy. But I think his days are behind him as well. And the number 1, according to Marty Morningway, number 1 backup quarterback in the NFL is Tyrod Taylor, who I like to see at the top of this list. I love Tyrod Taylor, man. I love Tyrod Taylor. And it's probably my Virginia Tech bias.
Man, has anybody ever seen him finish 1 year not injured ever?
Not as a starter. Nope. But this is a backup.
Well, luckily he's not grooming a drafted quarterback.
Man, go back to let me see this top 3 again. Tyrod,
Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton's better than Tyrod right now.
Cooper Rush.
Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett's better than Tyrod Taylor right now.
And then Gardner Minshew. Gardner's probably good at 5.
People have a real hard on for Tyrod.
I get it though. I like Tyrod too, but I don't know, man. Like I don't know what he does better than Brissett, and I've seen more Brissett successfully.
Tyrod Taylor is a victim of just really, really bad circumstance. So when Justin Herbert was drafted, he was set to be the starting quarterback of the Chargers, right? Yeah. You remember what happened?
Got injured.
By the cart.
Right before the first game of the season, he was getting a
cortisone shot.
And his team doctor punctured his lung.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
Like right before the game. And after that, never saw the field again. Justin Herbert still playing to this day. And then when he did get an opportunity to start, he would get injured because he is a smaller guy, but he's a good backup quarterback. I hate that he's on the Giants. Actually, I really hate that.
Well, here's the thing: is he's probably better in this role because of the fact that he's not expected. I mean, he won't get hurt because he's not going to start. It's not like they're grooming a rookie. They've already got Daniel Jones.
And Daniel Jones is pretty durable. Let's be honest here. For all his shortfalls, he is pretty durable.
Pretty derpy too.
Yam said he made a top 40 quarterback list. Sam is 39th ahead of Ritter. He has Heineke at 33, still not 32. LOL. Yam wanted us to get Cooper from Dallas for our backup.
Yeah, I knew that wasn't going to happen. Dallas fans would have been in full revolt.
Chet Scotland from YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. Said Sam Howell is coming. Everyone will be considered a backup after his 2023 season. I now feel good. Hey, I'm all for it, man. I hope we found
optimism.
A diamond in the rough. I hope we have, lightning in a bottle. I really hope that's where we're going. All right, next topic is Ron on the hot seat. Pro Football Focus, if you watch them or read them, really into advanced metrics. They talked about 5 coaches on the hot seat this year, and Ron Rivera is actually one of them. Believe it or not, they listed 5 total coaches on the hot seat heading into 2023. Kevin Stefanski from the Browns, Mike McCarthy from the Dallas Cowboys, Brandon Staley and the LA Chargers. And should Ron Rivera be in that crowd? They also put Todd Bowles on that list. Now that Brady's gone, what are they going to do? He took over for a Super Bowl winning Bruce Arians team, and now Brady's gone. What are they going to do? They have Baker Mayfield and Kyle Trask down in Tampa. So what are they going to do? But Ron Rivera was not on this list, but should he be on this list? So you have Todd Bowles at Tampa, Brandon Staley in the Chargers, Josh McDaniels on the Raiders, who don't have Derek Carr anymore. They now have old Jimmy Garoppolo, Mike McCarthy on the Cowboys, and Kevin Stefanski of the Browns. Should Ron Rivera be on this list of coaches in the hot seat? Phil, start with you.
I would say this. It all depends on how he starts. I think he's on the warmer right now.
Yeah,
he's on the warmer, right? He's not on the grill. He's not over the flame. He's on the warmer. But where he goes from there depends upon the season. Especially if we start slow, he's immediately going on the hot seat.
Man.
If we start off well, he probably stays on the warmer. We have to get double-digit wins. There has to be a notable move forward for this. I mean, I'm not talking about a little move forward. I'm not talking about sliding into the wild card with 7 wins. I'm talking about a noticeable leap forward. That's what I'm looking for.
What do you think, Dev? Should he be on the hot seat?
Yeah.
Should he be on that list?
I mean, I could name a lot of reasons why Ron should be actually fired. And I like Ron. I like Ron. I'm going to put this out there. Ron's my second favorite coach after Joe Gibbs, bro. I like Ron. I really like Ron, dog. But here's the problem.
You really do.
I really do. Here's the problem with Ron, though, man. Ron took a team that was always in the top 3 in offensive linemen and got rid of 2 All-Pros and an All-Star, and now they're one of the worst lines in the league. Now, you can make an excuse that, well, he didn't have a choice, but you could have replaced him with somebody better than fucking Sadiq Charles and Cosme, who never played.
Yeah.
And, and on top of that, not even ending on that. Like that, he single-handedly lost both those Giant games that kept us out of the playoffs with dumbass calls and going for it in overtime. Just dumb shit. And
decision making, right? Some of these decisions. His
second round draft selections, just like his predecessors, have been fucking terrible. But he's in charge, so we can't blame the GM like we could when Gruden and all them were coaches. He's in charge. He's always talked about having a quarterback for 4 years going on right now. Still hasn't gotten one. He spent the first day of free agency on a backup quarterback to be the backup quarterback, which is
I still don't understand your problem with that, Dev.
Because no one does it. No one does that. No one does that, man.
And most people
look, if it works, he's a genius. That's why I said I like Ron. I believe that he might be right, man. He might be right. But he hasn't been right so far, bro. So this is the last year you got. Hey, man, I don't care if Ron wins 10 games or not, dog. If Hal is not the franchise quarterback, I mean, there's a possible way we could win 7 games and find out Hal is the franchise guy. Ron might be staying. But if we win 11, 12 games and this guy's ass, oh no, he's still gone,
I don't think
bro.
we'll win 11, 12 games and he's ass though.
Man,
you can't do that.
Yeah, that should be impossible. But let's say Brissett comes in and wins 11 of them or 7 of them.
Man.
Well, then
I'm just saying, then we're in the same predicament.
No, but doesn't that make Ron smart for having that contingency plan?
No, man. No, it doesn't.
Well, what we've got working for us right now is we didn't give up a lot of capital for a quarterback right now. But next year, you got to do it, no matter what. If Sam doesn't work out.
Look, if Lamar Jackson gets Player of the Year this year, if he gets Player of the Year this year, dog, I got to fire Ron, bro, because you didn't even try.
Your standards for firing coaches are weird.
No, it's not. You have 4 years to get us a quarterback.
We win 11 games. We win 11 games. And Sam Howell's a franchise quarterback.
You didn't give
Lamar
Haskins
Jackson
a shot.
out there, wins 10 games, gets hurt with 4 games left to go in the season, but he still gets MVP because everybody loves Lamar.
No, man, it could have been anyone. You could have went out to Aaron. You could have went out to anyone, but you decided to go with the 5th rounder and a free agent backup quarterback in the first 5 minutes of free agency. I mean, I get it. But you got to be right, bro. He's got to be right. If he's wrong, he's got to go.
You're saying that if Lamar wins Player of the Year,
yeah, man, because you had a chance. Yeah, because you had a chance to get him. I mean, especially if we suck. Now, if he gets it and our guy didn't suck, they don't say nothing. But if he gets Player of the Year and we suck at if quarterback is the reason we don't make the playoffs, bro, and I have to hear him say, well, we need a quarterback, fire that mug, dog. Got to get him out of here, bro. It's had 4 years. It'll be 5 next year,
I still didn't want to give up $250 million for.
Gotta go, bro. You can't
be on year 5 and still not have a quarterback.
That's
the bottom line.
Bro. It's ridiculous, man.
Fail.
But you can't do it while saying I need a quarterback. That's what makes it bad. He's out here like, oh, we need a quarterback, but you go get Wentz. Oh, we need a quarterback, but you go get Fitzpatrick. Oh, we need a quarterback, but you got Taylor Heinicke starting. Who every one of those guys aren't the guy next year. You signed every one of those guys to not be the guy next year, bro. And that's why I say
honestly, Fitz was supposed to be the bridge to them drafting a guy.
Who? Taylor Heinicke, that's who was here.
No, not who was here, but who they would eventually get. I don't think they liked anybody in that previous draft.
So you would have had Fitz here for 2 years. You was cool with that.
That was the plan.
He had a 2-year deal.
He had a 2-year deal. Bro. No fucking way, bro. I've been more mad at that than anything.
Well, you got to remember Fitzpatrick was coming off that really, really good year in Miami, and they had
2 good years.
And then if we'd have had that performance, we would have been okay.
Fitzpatrick is Michaels.
Michaels.
He's Michaels, and the other guy, and the starting quarterback is Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
Think Hobby Lobby. That's the thing. Think Hobby Lobby. I think it's
Yen says, I think if we have another 7 to 8 win season, even if we don't make the playoffs, I don't think it will be due to Sam that we struggle outside of a few games. I think even our losses will be close, and he thinks Sam will show he can be built around worst case scenario. That,
Dog, I don't care if this guy goes to the playoffs. If Hal's not it, dog, that new owner's going to fire his ass, bro.
Yeah. Oh, Chet says Lamar would have set us back 4 years. Yeah. Sam will win 4 more games than last season.
I don't know, man. Lamar, who had a bunch of Lamar's team was way worse than ours right now. Like Lamar was 10-1 when he got hurt. Them dudes won 1 more or 2 more games.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah. No, it was last year. It's 10-1 or some shit. 9-1 before he went down.
Yeah, but
they won 2 more games, bro.
Lamar had his worst year that he's ever played last year. The year he was terrible. Statistically,
he had a terrible streak, but he was 9-1 or some shit.
Yeah, win-loss, but himself, he was bad.
But man,
he's bad. The team was 9-1.
He was an MVP candidate. No. According to ESPN. Go back and watch some ESPN.
You're conflating 2 years ago with last year.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about week 6 and 7 of the year before he went on that streak. He threw like 4 interceptions in 2 games. That's the games you're talking about.
And it really hurt all his numbers for the rest of the year.
Right, it got hurt. But it's the point. They were still 10-1 or something like that. Something crazy, man. They won like 2 more games. In fact, I'll tell you this. If the NFL hadn't took that last game away between Cincinnati and the Bills, they was winning the division, man. They got mathematically eliminated because they gave the NFL the Cincinnati Bengals the winning percentage of not playing the last game of the year. So the last game of the year didn't even matter to the Bengals. They could have won a division, and they would have been sitting out. Lamar would have played the first game of the playoffs. That could have happened. The NFL screwed them out of that one. One more week off. The Ravens would have had Lamar playing in the playoffs. One more week off.
And
and Cincinnati would not have won a division. Maybe if they had lost to Buffalo. But who knows?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm not it didn't have to be Lamar though. It could have been Aaron Rodgers. It could have been Dak, who was going to try to get out of his contract last year or some shit. You didn't go after nobody, bro. You didn't go after nobody, bro.
Things could happen.
We went after Fitzpatrick.
Could have happened.
He went after Fitzpatrick, and then the guy we got now.
I can have ice spice on all fours on my bed tomorrow. I mean, I could have.
I don't know, man. You can't have big dreams with basic niggas, man. At quarterback, dog.
All right, Deshaun Jackson.
Remember the year prior? They said they asked every team, even Patrick Mahomes, is this guy available for a trade?
If so, how much do you want for him?
Yeah,
man, you could have had Herbert. You could have had Herbert. You went with Chase Young and didn't even extend him. That's another reason. You know what I'm saying? It's just dumb. Now I'm not going to be mad at the extension because we don't know. We don't know if maybe that's a new ownership thing.
We had just drafted Haskins the year before. They were going to try and make it work with Haskins.
Okay, you want to bring Haskins up? You just let him go for nothing.
But you need who? Okay, a lot of people were saying that Herbert shouldn't have gone as high as he did when he was drafted.
I understand that, but you let Haskins go early too. You didn't give him really a shot either.
He got a shot. He didn't.
He got like 4 or 5 games.
He didn't give himself a shot.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. But who drafted him?
Who?
That wasn't him, was it? I don't think that was him.
No, that was not him. That was Dan Snyder.
Sorry, Ryan. But still, it's the whole point, though, man. Like you had ample amount of time to at least. It's like you didn't even attempt to get a quarterback. If you had attempted big and lost and messed out, if you had got Lamar here and he failed, or Aaron Rodgers here and he failed, or Dak the year he held out on the Cowboys and failed, then you'd be like, well, he tried, he failed. But this guy didn't try. He got your Fitzpatrick, Taylor fucking Heineke, and Wentz. That's what we got, dog.
The year we got Fitzpatrick, we went after every quarterback in the league.
I'll give you that.
That was the Stafford year.
We went after Russell Stafford. Yeah. I'll give him that. They did go after Russell Stafford, man.
Chet's last statement, people need to assume and expect him to be better than our last several years of quarterback waste. I agree with you, brother, but we also need to temper expectations of Sam Howell as well. You can't say he's going to win 13 games. If Sam wins 7 games and 3,500 yards, 24 touchdowns and 10 picks, 300 yards rushing, I'm cool with that. Now, Ron will probably get fired, but I'm cool with that from Sam Howell. I mean, we as a fan base can't go out and say Sam Howell's going to win 14 games. He's going to throw for 5,000 yards and 30 touchdowns. No, barely anyone does that in the NFL anyway. So we have to be careful what we say.
My measuring stick is this, man. I don't say it should be a superstar, but I think in 2024 we can't be saying is Howell our quarterback or not. That can't be a question, dog. You can't be a question like, oh, do we give this guy more? It can't be a question. He's got to be, that's our guy. Let's not draft the quarterback. Let's ain't look at one. That's our guy. That's how confident I need to feel in 24. Or Ron's got to get the fuck out, bro. And I like Ron, but you got to get the fuck out, dog.
It seems like that's how confident they are in Sam.
Yeah, there was that confident in Wentz too. I remember this whole statement, man. Wentz,
and you know what? At Steve and I were there at the first game.
He looked legit.
Wentz looked legit.
Looked legit for about 3 games. And then Wentz happened.
Till he broke his arm.
And then another reason this round. Why not play
the Detroit game? Dev was on Twitter with me. We're keeping for Carson Wentz because he was leading the NFL in passing yards.
And then what happened?
He shit the bed.
Shit the bed. But I'm saying to you, like another example, why wouldn't you put Wentz in? I mean, why wouldn't you put a Howell in after that though? Or even worse, even if you didn't in the last game of the year, why would you throw the ball 18 times with a dude who ain't threw no ball? Throw 40 times. You know what I'm saying? Why are you throwing the ball 18 times in a meaningless game?
Than you normally would and take the guy out of normal preparation.
Why would you throw the ball 18 times, man, in a meaningless game, bro? I didn't give a shit if we won that game. I just want to see how spin it, man.
Well, it made no sense. Already up by a certain amount. I mean, there's no sense in throwing the ball and getting people hurt. That was the thought process. They were just running out the clock.
Jam says, all I ask this year is a positive record and that feeling that we can win any week. I had that feeling in 2012 that we could win any week with Robert. We haven't had that since 2012.
I had that feeling in the mid 2015s with Kirk Cousins too.
Man, I had that feeling.
I think we were 6-3-1 at one point, and I was like, "Yeah, we're good."
I had that feeling around week 10 of this year. Then everybody got hurt.
We were
I started feeling that way this past season too when we went on.
What was our record when Alex Smith went down? 6-1, 6-3.
That year too, yeah.
6-3,
something like that. Alex Smith was
that felt counterfeit because I know
it did, but we had a decent record.
We were 6-3.
6-3.
Well, they've been giving us great value quarterbacks for like 8 years, bro. RG3 was the first top shelf quarterback we got. The rest was getting cereal in the bags the rest of the years, bro.
Yep.
Was getting flavored rice.
I'm of the belief EB is having them strive for perfection to be excellent. That's my expectation. Excellence. Calling it 12-5, Redskins in 23.
Man, I love a backup quarterback telling me I need to be excellent. That's why I love a backup running back.
I said my record was 9-8. I think Debbie said 9-8.
I originally called 11-6.
Phil said 11-6.
So I got 7-9, bro.
7-9. I like 9-8. I would even. Yeah, I like 9-8. I'm comfortable with 9-8. Looking at the schedule now, we got to do this again after the 53 is set.
We will.
We'll see who's injured.
Too early. Too early to count prediction.
Man, I'm rooting for Hal.
Commanders 11-6.
Yeah,
I'm rooting for Hal, man. I am. I want to get a Hal jersey, which I'm holding out for at least till midseason. I want Hal to ball up, man. I want Ron to be right. I like Ron, man. He seems like a high character guy. He's a good leader. The players like him. I think the fans like him as a person. I want the guy to stick, man. But look, dude, fool me once. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the direct George Bush quote, but fool me once, bro. That's not going to – I can't believe I'm not – you go 7 or 8, 9 wins this year, dog. You got to go, man.
Yeah. Chet says they call me the Chet-I Knight for a reason. You're all wrong. Chet, you're new to the show. If we go 12-5, I'll tell you right now, I'll get you a jersey, whatever jersey you want of the team. Call it. You got to watch the show. Stay tuned.
And you know what? I want to bet like that too. And guess what? I still don't have my jersey.
Marcus Davis.
Marcus Davis isn't on this podcast.
Yeah. What if
Chet, by the way, Chet, if you lose, don't be like Marcus Davis and suddenly never show up on the pod again.
I'm not. This isn't a lose bet. Like if we lose, I want some. You know what? If we go 12-5, everybody wins. We are 12-5. We're going to the playoffs, and Chet gets a jersey.
What if we're 12-5 and Hal is the worst, and he's not even playing quarterback at that point?
Hal was not part of this bet. We're 12-5. I owe Chet a jersey.
But does Ron keep his job?
12-5.
At 12-5, yes, he does.
Yeah, I say Bieniemy's probably coach at that point.
Yeah.
See, Chet's being a man of saying he's a man of his word. I like that. Welcome to the pod.
Chet. Appreciate you, man.
Marcus
Thank you for watching. By the way,
I left a comment on his personal Facebook page and he ignored it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm still waiting for my jersey, dog.
All right, last topic. NFL has revealed new gambling rules, and it's starting to take down players left and right. Let's go over them very quickly here, and let's see if you agree with these or not. A lot of these are kind of common sense, I guess. I don't know. 6 rules for all NFL players. Number 1, don't bet on the NFL. Number 2, don't gamble at your team facility while traveling for a road game or staying at a team hotel. Number 3, don't have someone bet for you. And number 4, don't share team inside information. Number 5, don't enter a sports book during NFL season. And number 6, don't play daily fantasy football. I don't know. I get about the whole inside information thing. Like you're privy to inside information.
Saying, don't be doing this stuff on company time.
I mean, you can't even do it in non-company time.
Not traveling, not at a team hotel. That's company time. Right? You're not at home, you're at work. That's how they're treating it. You know. Don't play daily fantasy football. I think that's because there's too many quandaries with that. Don't have someone bet for you. That's the same as basically you don't use proxies. Don't bet on the NFL.
Yeah. Chet says, "Don't be Pete Rose."
Yeah, don't be Pete Rose.
Yeah.
Or be
By the way,
exactly,
Pete Rose
or
should
be
be in the Hall of
exactly
Fame.
Pete Rose. You know what I'm saying?
Pete Rose should be in the
He
Hall of
should
Fame.
be in the Hall of Fame.
100%.
He bet on his team to win.
Yeah. So do better. I'm going to do better. And it's a team sport. You have no control over the outcome of the game.
He was managing the team, though. He was the manager at that point.
Even more motivation. I'm going to, yeah. And now, if he bet on his team to lose,
Joe, I've missed the last 6 parlays. You guys better get 3 home runs this game.
Yeah. But this has taken down, who's the guy on our team that is now suspended? Is it
Shaka Tony?
Shaka Tony.
I'm
That's
so
Fields,
mad.
Fields, baby boy, right there.
I love me some Shaka Tony.
So these little rules that they need to figure out is starting to affect our players. It's starting to affect other players. There's more and more people are suspended, and gambling is just part of the game, but they're essentially limiting where they can and can't do it. So I don't know. What there's nothing that says you can't bet on other.
They basically Fight Club these rules. It's like rule number 1: don't bet on the NFL. More detail on rule number 1: don't bet on the NFL.
Yeah.
First rule of Fight Club is don't talk about Fight Club. Second rule
right.
is
don't talk about it.
Don't talk about Fight Club.
Don't talk about it.
More detail on what they did again with rule 2: don't gamble at work.
Yeah, don't gamble at work.
Anytime you're not at home, you're on company time, basically. If you're at the facility, the stadium, your hotel, on the plane, traveling, whatever, you are on company time. Okay, I get that. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Last topic. So Pete Prisco of CBS Sports put together top 100 players in the NFL. This isn't the NFL top 100. This is just Pete Prisco's, because if we all look forward to the top NFL top 100 by players, for players, but this is not that. But of his top 100 players, how many players, Dev, I'll start with you, do you think we would have on this list of his top 100?
I would say 2. They will probably be either Payne and Allen or Curl and Allen.
Okay.
2.
Trust Wade. They put
Warren and Allen.
Hold up. Dev, you're saying 2 or 3?
I might go Trust Wade. Might be in there, man.
So you're going to say 3? Just lock it in.
Top
3?
100?
Top 100.
Man. I don't know how hard they hold punters in regard, man. I'm gonna go 3. I'm gonna go 3.
Okay.
That's probably generous.
If you're listening live, put your number in the chat. Phil, what are you going?
2.
I'm biased. I've already read the article, so.
Okay, 2. I'm going to say
probably
Allen
none.
and
It's probably
McLaurin.
none. Hell, even though we have the third ranked
Allen and McLaurin, and neither one of them are above 70.
Payne and McLaurin.
Payne and McLaurin. The list is
and Wade.
Terry McLaurin.
Yeah.
At number 68.
Okay, I was wrong about that.
And the second one, there's only 2.
Payne.
Cameron Curl, 85.
Okay.
Deron Payne and John Allen didn't even make the list. They made the honorable mentions list. That's crazy.
It is.
I
told everybody I think Payne was our best player last year, or Curl. Curl seemed to be, when he came back, they went from like one of the mid-tier defenses to number 1 or 2.
Yeah, he just the injuries. I don't know why you would. I would say Payne or Allen over Curl and Terry, in my opinion. Maybe they're clouded by other people at the position, because Cam Curl definitely stands out as a safety, but doesn't Payne and Allen stand out as a defensive lineman? I don't know. But check out, I'm going to flash this real quick.
I say this, but interior linemen not named Aaron Donald do not get love.
You're right, but check out the list from the rest of the NFC East. Okay?
Oh, look at this. Oh, I almost
look who it is. My daughter, man. Look.
I almost said a word you cannot say on YouTube.
What's up, girl?
Ooh.
How you doing?
Can't see me. Oh.
They can see you.
I don't know. Look at it.
I'll say hi.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
Welcome to the show.
Tell them the birthday's coming up, huh?
What are we talking about?
We're talking about players in the NFC East who made this gentleman's top 100 list. The Washington Commanders only had 2, so we're just kind of sulking that we didn't have more make it to the list.
No respect.
No respect.
No respect.
Do you have a professional NFL team?
No. I don't really watch sports.
Okay, that's fair.
but I feel you. No respect.
No.
But okay,
Let
bye.
them know, Deb.
All right.
Let them know, Deb. Tell
Nice to
your
meet you.
pops, let you know how it
He said
goes.
something. I don't know what he said.
Oh,
So the Eagles have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players. Lane Johnson, Jalen Hurts, Kelsey, AJ Brown, Jordan Mailata, Hassan Reddick, Devontae Smith, Landon Dickerson, and Darius Slay all day.
Yeah,
Slay.
a lot of those guys do not deserve to be on that list. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, they had a lot of those guys had good years last. Remember, they're coming off a Super Bowl, so they had good years last year, and I think that's what you're getting wrapped around. The Cowboys have 4: Micah Parsons, Zach Martin, CeeDee Lamb, Stephon Gilmore.
Gilmore.
They put CeeDee Lamb ahead of Terry McLaurin, 48 instead of 68.
that's
the blue star.
And then the Giants had 3: Andrew Thomas, Dexter Lawrence, and Saquon.
I don't even think Zach Martin is 25 anymore either, man. Like, if you had
old.
told me that 4 years ago, I'd be like, hell yeah. But now I'm like,
They got.
I mean, is he that?
Number
Is
8.
Eagles
Number 8.
got way
Lane
too
Johnson is not 18 either. God, I am so tired of that dude getting so jerked off by
many.
this
Yeah.
the media.
I mean, you can't put a right tackle at 18. I mean, as granted, he might be the best. He might be the best right tackle. You can't put a right tackle at 8. Is he above left? Is he above left tackles? Where's Trent Williams at?
This is just they just showed the NFC East.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sure Trent Williams is on there.
Yeah, like there's no way he's like,
Yeah.
you know, at right tackle you can't put him at top 100. I mean, not in the top 15 or wherever he's at.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The top 100 list. I mean, Mahomes,
Obvious.
Burrow,
I don't think
Miles
Burrow's through.
Garrett,
That's
Kelsey,
number 2.
Jefferson, Parsons, Donald, number 9. Trent Williams, number 10.
They put Burrow at 3 just because his postseason play, but you know,
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, scrolling through the rest of these players: TJ
Trent Williams
Watt,
up at 8.
Tyreek, Chris Jones, Jalen, Sauce Gardner, Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams, Lane Johnson.
Did you tell me they said Lane Johnson is the second best offensive tackle in the league?
No, man. Williams was at 8.
They said he's the best right tackle in the league.
Yeah, he definitely is that. I give him that. He's definitely the best right tackle. There's no way he should be in the top 20
I wouldn't even say
right
that.
tackle, man. There's no way. There's no way, man. That is a more important job and position than Stephon Diggs at receiver. There's no way that he's that valuable. I'm sorry. I like him though. And I don't think Sauce is better than Alexander. He had a better year.
Yeah. Look at that. Herbert and Lawrence, 22, 23. Andrew Thomas,
There's no
24.
way Lawrence is 23 either. Come on, bro.
Zach Martin, 25. Cooper
We watched
Kupp,
him single-handedly lose the game against us, and we sucked that year, that first game.
Aaron Rodgers, 29. Derrick Henry, 30.
McCaffrey should be higher, bro.
Jalen Hurts, 31.
Jalen Hurts
32.
is better than Lawrence. That's crazy.
Man.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts is better than Lawrence, bro.
Lamar Jackson all the way down at 35, Deb. The disrespect.
He can't stay on the field.
Hey, it's just last year.
It is just last year. That's what I'm saying. It's people are just thinking about what people did last year.
He hasn't finished the last 2
I
seasons.
didn't expect him to be on there.
Injury.
But he played 11 games, though. So
Creed Humphrey, Fitzpatrick, Jason Kelsey, Von Miller, 44. Man.
he's probably 44 years old.
Yeah. You see the videos of Von
And he
Miller
out there with like
Christian
one
workout?
finger, and he out there with one finger or some shit.
No, that's Jason Pierre-Paul.
Was that him? They got his hand blown off?
Yeah, he lost 2 fingers. He basically looked like this.
Man. Hey.
AJ Brown, 47.
Yeah,
CeeDee
that's
Lamb,
ridiculous.
48.
That's
This goes back to remember the conversations we had before we signed Terry to a long-term deal?
Man, I still think he's the worst paid quarterback at that price. Even
receiver?
Yeah. And I like Terry.
Yeah.
I think the receiver for the Lions just as good as him. Did not make the Pro Bowl. He should have made the Pro Bowl over Terry last year.
I don't know about over, but
Terry got that contract boost, man.
I
if
think
he had that contract.
I think Terry's more dynamic than St. Brown.
This dude plays outside and inside. Man.
St. Brown is the master of the 8-yard in route.
Yeah, more. I think he had more yards than McLaurin too. And
he has had a lot more targets and catches because they weren't throwing anybody else.
Garrett Wilson at 63, Jalen Waddle at 62.
Yeah,
man, Terry McLaurin 68.
He didn't have a better. See, that's what I don't understand. If they're going by year, he didn't have a better year than Terry. So how can you justify that?
What he says for Terry is, can you imagine how good his numbers would be if he played with good quarterbacks the past 4 seasons? All he does is produce for an offense.
Y'all put a rookie who played with the worst quarterback higher than him. Then that's how you explain that statement. Let's put a rookie receiver who had less yards, less catches, and a worse quarterback above him.
Yeah.
Can't make this up. Saquon, if he's just going by last year, should be higher too.
Yeah, he was 54.
Garrett Wilson, at this point, I don't think is better than McLaurin. I mean, he probably will be.
Chris Olave, 72.
Yeah, he don't need to be on the
Stephon
list.
Gilmore, 75. Roquan Smith, 76. Justin Fields, 78. No way. Maybe as a runner, not as a passer. His passing was horrendous last year.
I don't know.
They want to tell you that he's going to throw for 4,000 yards.
Yeah, hey, Justin Fields looked like the GOAT the last 3 or 4 games though, bro. Don't be tripping.
He did. Maybe it clicked.
Maybe it turned on. The last 4 or 5 games of the year, man. Yeah.
Maybe it turned on.
Yeah.
Yam says AJ Brown is a beast, but Lamb is 100% getting that blue star bonus, just like Phil said.
Yeah, Lamb shouldn't be at high.
He also said, I forgot who, but another podcast had a breakdown of Brown versus McLaurin, and the numbers overall actually pretty comparable. Yeah, they're Terry's doing it with worse quarterbacks.
They're basically was the same guy until he went to the Eagles.
Yeah. T. Higgins at 79. Tyrann Matthews, 81. Amon-Ra St. Brown at 83.
That's about right.
Yeah.
Cam Curl, 85. Christian Kirk, 87. Kamara,
Kirk had a good year last year. Again, 84 catches, 1,000 yards. I mean, where's the measuring stick for you putting the receiver for the Jets and Kirk? They had basically the same year.
Yeah.
How do you decide who's better than who?
Dynamics.
Yeah.
I mean, potential, but it's only a 1-year thing. That's my point.
The dynamics. Who made the bigger plays when it counted? You look at stuff like that too.
Well, Jacksonville looked just as good as the Jets.
Yeah. Patrick Peterson, number 92. The dude's old.
On offense, he was.
Dalvin Cook, still unsigned, by the way, 94.
Should be way higher.
Darius Slay, 96. Harrison Smith, 79. So, yeah.
Matt Judon should be way higher.
There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, there it is. So, well.
Chet, what do you think, Chet?
Chet,
Scotland.
Chet Scotland.
Chet might be the whitest
man. My first exposure to the name Chet came from the movie Weird Science, if you remember that.
Stupid one.
It's definitely a white name.
Chet.
What's the blackest name? Like Draymond Green? No. Oh no. The blackest name would have to be Draymond.
Bill Paxton. I quote that movie to this day. It's time to pay the fiddler.
And he has that, like, remember that scene where he goes, that stupid laugh he does.
How about a nice greasy pork sandwich served in
Chet says, I think we should use Madden ratings, Dev. There you go. A little more up your alley.
Man,
says I was just about to bring that up. See, Yam and I have a very similar taste.
We need to do our own. We need to do our own.
Was on
we need to
heavy
do our own
rotation.
Command This top 10. At least I ain't gonna go 100. Right? Top 10 NFL players. We need to do one.
10 NFL players. That's hard.
It isn't hard. They just did 100.
We could break that into 2 sessions and do
top 10
offensive, top 10 defensive.
All together.
One.
Make it difficult. Like
okay.
they did.
We'll
all together.
We'll take a week to prep, and then we'll do it.
We need to do our anniversary show too.
We still haven't done that yet. 200th anniversary, because we're on 203 now. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Good times. Well, we're in a free-for-all session here for the next minute or two. If you got anything you want to talk about in the chat, pull it up. We about to sign off here in a couple minutes.
Oh, old school hip hop heads. Well, not that old school, but what do you think about now we got a beef between Pusha T and Jim Jones?
Give
me Push. Give me King Push all day,
bro. I'm going to push all day on this. And I like Jim Jones. I'm telling you right now, though, Jim Jones has never put out as good a music as he has now. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Jim Jones has been putting out some nice hits lately, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a fan of Jim Jones. Pusha T's a better rapper than him, bro. And I say that with respect because I like Jim Jones. Pusha T's a better rapper than him, bro.
Push is very underrated.
Very,
I think.
So.
Yeah.
And I once again, love Jim Jones, love Dipset. Cameron's one of my favorite all-time rappers, also, man. But
yeah,
Pusha T's a better rapper than him, than Jim.
Yeah.
And I like Jim.
Chet says, I am British Puerto Rican. Yes, my name is very British. Sisters have Spanish names. So, man, you got that end of the spectrum. Your sister's got the Puerto Rican names.
Hey, man, my name is Sean Deveron. Imagine, guess what nationality I am without looking. It's kind of racist, I guess.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Chet says, and I listen to heavy metal.
I went to watch The Flash. I liked it.
Man, it got some terrible reviews.
I don't know. It's got good reviews and terrible. I've seen both, but I like it. I understand that you can't have the same characters in it. If it was just like the comic, it would be better, obviously, but you can't do the same thing the comic does because half the characters aren't in the world. I get it. But I also saw Secret Invasion, the best shit Marvel has done, bro.
Yeah. I mean,
it gives you it feels like I don't know if you watch Andor.
No, not yet.
It feels like that. It feels like the old Daredevil on Netflix. I think they all had something to do with it, but it's really awesome. Like they show people dying, it's, getting blown up. They show people getting jacked up like a war movie. It's like an espionage spy movie show.
Yeah. Yam says Andor's top tier.
Andor was top tier, man. You will love Secret Invasion, bro. I like The Flash too, Chat. I didn't see the problem. Maybe I had really high expectations though. I ain't gonna lie. I had
it's all the extra curricular stuff Ezra Miller's doing that really.
Yeah, I can separate the two, man. I still listen to R. Kelly, man. That ain't shit.
But The Flash got beat out by Little Mermaid. When I saw the previews for that movie, when I went to go watch Spider-Man, I was like, The Flash is gonna be dope. And then I it hasn't. You know what I mean? The reviews just hasn't been what I thought they would be.
Did you watch it though?
No, I have not. I'm just saying
it's pretty good, man. I don't think it's bad. Now I'm not saying I'm not going here and tell you it's the best superhero movie of all time.
Yeah,
but it's definitely around the range of Ragnarok, and that was good.
Yeah, Ragnarok was good. I like Ragnarok.
Yeah, it's not Dark Knight, the Joker, Watchmen. It's not like Winter Soldier, but it's good. None of them are better than Secret Invasion, though. That is the dope. That's dope. Samuel L. Jackson's dope in this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like serious as hell, man. And you don't know who the hell is a Creed. You don't know. It's freaky. You got to watch it, man. And Righteous Gemstones, also back on season 3.
Yeah, I heard that's a good one. I need to watch it. The Warrior is coming out on HBO Max with season 3. The Bruce Lee produced Warrior series.
Oh yeah.
Season 3, it's gonna be dope.
Because Bruce Lee said that they stole his idea for Kung Fu, and it was supposed to be technically the Warrior.
Oh, right? They did. He had this great idea. I got an idea, and they're like, all right, we're gonna cast a white dude, David Carradine. You're up.
David Carradine.
So yeah, good times. Yam says, all I'm gonna say, I'm waiting for this clip reunion soon. So. Pusha T.
Oh yeah, man, you heard
Malice.
this? Huh? Yeah.
Malice, right? Malice is the other dude.
Yeah, no Malice.
I hadn't heard from him in years. He didn't do anything.
He's on the last album with them. Last song on last album.
Came out. The two of them came out when they debuted that. They played that diss track that Bush just did to Jim Jones at the Louis Vuitton fashion show, and the two of them came out walking down the runway, and it's like, y'all never walked like that in your life.
Did they do like the token runway walk?
They were walking a lot faster than they've ever walked.
Yeah.
It looked crazy.
Funny. That's fun.
Yeah, by the way, the Flashpoint comic books is classic. It's hard to do that again though. There's no Ezra, no Robin. There's no war between Wonder Woman and Aquaman. Like those things aren't in it. And there's no Cyborg, who is huge in the comic of Flashpoint. So you can't have the same story without all the same characters.
Yeah. I like Cyborg, mostly from Teen Titans.
Yeah, I like Cyborg's character. I don't know if I like the Cyborg that was in the movie, but Snyder Cut is way better than the original.
Yeah. Nice.
You got 3 hours of your life you want to give away.
All right. Well, I think we're going to shut this one down. We went a little long, but we haven't live streamed in 2.5 weeks. So I think
watch the machine. Watch the machine too, man.
The machine. Ghost in the Machine.
Burt Crusher.
Yam
movie,
said
The
he gave up
Machine.
on DC with the new 52. They lost me. They changed too much.
So you didn't like the Joker, bro? Stop. That's why when they say people get mad, they say DC don't make good movies. They do. They make The Dark Knight. Name a Marvel movie better than The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight's my shit.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, what are you talking about?
And The Dark Knight Rises too.
Name of The Watchmen. Shit. You know what I'm saying? That's great. Joker.
Yeah.
All those Batman movies with Michael Keaton, that were DC movie. Constantine, a DC movie, bro. Stop playing.
Like,
I mean, you know, when they say it, they're just thinking of the Snyderverse. All they're thinking of is the Superman Snyderverse era. That's all they're thinking of. But all the other ones, DC they definitely got them killed in animated movies. It's no contest.
Yeah.
So,
Yam says Winter Soldier is the best comic book movie, but Infinity War was better. Infinity War was awesome.
Infinity War was dope.
It was dope.
Infinity War was pretty dope.
I mean, they're coming up. What's the next? We're in phase 6 now. We're in phase 6.
I like phase 5.
Phase 5.
I like the Guardians of the Galaxy last movie too, man. It's fucking dark. You know what I'm saying? That movie is dark as hell. I did not like Love and Thor and Love, whatever it is.
I'm almost done with it. I'm watching it in pieces because I hadn't been watching it in theaters. I've been watching a little bit here. It's kind of cheesy with Natalie Portman.
I like the bad guy played by
Christian
Dark Knight.
Bale.
Yeah, I like that aspect. But other than that, Gore the God Killer or whatever he is.
Yeah,
I like that. But
yeah, Dark Knight trilogy. If you still want me to put my stamp on what's my favorite set, it's the Dark Knight trilogy for me. It was and I'm not going to credit that to DC. I'm crediting that to Christopher Nolan personally.
Bang.
Those are Chris Nolan.
I was born in it. Yeah, you gotta go. Bane is dope, man.
Yam hated Love and Thunder. I
didn't
enjoyed
like
Love and Thunder. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. I'd put it right there as like.
What's the worst Marvel one you saw?
The worst Marvel movie?
Right, out of the Marvel movies,
not series movie. I wasn't
Ant-Man. Maybe I like Ant-Man.
Oh, Ant-Man was good. I wasn't a fan of
the second
Captain Marvel.
Strange.
Captain Marvel didn't do it for me.
I like Captain Marvel.
It was good, but it didn't do it for me. Like the worst Marvel movie.
It's in the 80s. The only reason I like Captain Marvel.
Man, that's a tough one.
Worst one.
Iron Man 3 wasn't that good.
What was it?
Iron Man 3 wasn't that good.
Yeah,
that's when they had the fire bodies.
Yeah.
The second Thor wasn't that good.
Spider-Man Far From Home was probably a great one.
Oh, yeah, it's a great one. Yeah.
By the way,
that is 100% on Christopher Nolan. It was inspired by Frank Miller. Content mostly with some of Nolan's own touches. Christopher Nolan, man, it's one of my favorite directors.
Well, Frank Miller also helped on the Batman versus Spider-Man, and you see how that turned out.
Yeah.
That was the worst.
Yam says Black Widow was the worst. We didn't get into the series.
Black Widow was good, man.
The series Black Widow was great.
Florence Pugh, bro.
I had a tough time getting into WandaVision. Once it got going, it was good. And then what's the Moon? What's the guy's name from Solo? Moon. Dev, the guy that transfers.
What's that?
Who's the Moonfall? Moon.
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. That was one was hard to get into as well.
I liked it. You got to watch all of them though. It gets good the last few. I think they're gonna do what's the name? Ron Kane. I think he's kind of in that universe.
Yeah. Yam says, fuck the Black Widow. I'm tired of the MCU changing characters, races, changing their sex, fucking up the origins and power levels.
Oh, no, you can sign me up for Scarlett Johansson and Florence Pugh any day of the week. It's a spandex fighting, dog. I'll watch that 100 times out of 100. Scarlett Johansson, Florence Pugh, I'm there every time. Florence Pugh in white spandex with a Russian accent, bro, and you didn't like the movie?
Yeah.
That's how I knew you was gay, bro.
You know how I know you're gay?
Nah. Who cares? We are. But it's still a good movie.
Nobody does. Yeah, man. Yeah, like Moon Knight. Hey, Marcus, thanks for popping in, even if it's at the end. Have a great weekend.
Marcus, I saw Lamont this weekend at my cousin's funeral, man. I asked about you.
Oh, man. All right. I think we're going to shut this one down. We're almost at 90 minutes here. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next week. I got a video coming up, finally doing a solo show, trying to do my best impression of Phil. I'm doing the editing now. So I did a video on why I think John Matsko was fired and contrasting the Eric Coryell, which John Matsko has been in his entire career, versus the West Coast offense, and why he was let go as an offensive line coach under Eric Bieniemy, because of the difference between the Eric Coryell and the West Coast offense and the requirements it levies on offensive linemen. So in the West Coast offense, you only got to hold your block for about 1.5 seconds. And then in the Eric Coryell, you have those very long developing, attacking downrange field. But it's 20 minutes worth of content, still editing it, trying to put some cool pictures and stuff in there and make it fun. But I had a good time doing some research and learning what most people might already know that I didn't know about it. So hopefully I'll get that drop next week. So please stay tuned for all that stuff. So shout out to everyone who popped in the chat tonight. Yam, Marcus, Chet, first time watcher. Appreciate you, bro. And like I said, keep me honest. If we go 12-5, that jersey's yours. Pick whatever jersey you want off the site. It is yours, Chet Scotland. And if we are 12-5, man, we got to meet up and buy a beer. I'll buy you a beer. I don't know where you are, but I'll find you and buy you a drink. Terrence, thanks for popping in early on. We appreciate you. Mom Dukes, thanks for popping in. Kevin Flynn, Dev's boy, what's up? Thank you for tuning in. So, you guys got any shout outs? Dev?
Man, rest in peace to my cousin Langston Cubitt. That's about it, man.
All right. Rest in peace. Phil, you got any shout outs?
Shout out to me.
Shout out to
Phil. Phil Bo Escobar.
Shout out to yeah. No, you know what? Shout out to getting the sale of my house done.
Yeah, shout out to that.
One less thing I have to worry about. That's all done.
Shout out to this. Sorry, I was making this during our one.
Man.
So, Dev, who is that on the right? Is that El Chapo?
Nah, it's Escobar.
Or Pablo Escobar?
Yeah.
Man, Phil, you guys could be brothers.
I'm telling you, man. Back then, you don't look like him now, but back then, man.
When you had hair, if you had curly hair, you would be Pablo Escobar.
If I let my hair grow, it looks like just like Pablo's.
Yeah,
you got the little jail stripe.
That's funny. Funny stuff.
Man, do you watch there's another show, the Belushi? John Belushi has a show where I guess he grows pot now, right? So he's got a show where he is going to Colombia, man. On his second episode, he goes to Colombia and tries to find these seeds for these very rare marijuana plants. And they end up going to where Pablo Escobar had in prison himself. Basically made his own prison. And that thing had like golf courses, basketball courts, everything in there, soccer fields, everything in that thing, man. Pool tables. That's crazy.
That's funny.
It is, man. It's crazy. They got like big pictures of him on the wall. He's like a hero there to have people because he paid all their, like he bought like a whole neighborhood and gave everybody a house, which he basically trapped out of all of their houses. But
you buy the loyalty. That's what you
do.
Yeah.
We bought up like neighborhoods, man, and like, hey, you want a house? You've been here your family been in this neighborhood for 70 years. You own this house. Like he just bought the house and gave it to him. So that's one thing you can say about him. Caring about his people.
Yeah, I guess that is true. All right, we're shutting this one down. We'll be back next week. Please stay tuned, and we're getting closer, people. We're getting closer. Mini camps coming up, training camps coming up. So just stick with us. We'll speed back up as we get closer. And thank you for tuning in. Yeah, have a good weekend to yourself, bro. Thank you for tuning in. I think I don't know the time difference there. You told us once before. I know earlier today it was morning for you, it was afternoon for us. So it's got to be no, I'm sorry. It's morning for you, right? Midday for Yam in Japan, I think. If I'm not mistaken. No, Europe is 6 hours. 6 hours ahead of us right now. I'm trying to remember my time zones, but I'm not sure. Yeah, Saturday morning for you, 11 a.m. Fair enough. All righty, cool. Okay, well, we will stay tuned for next week. We'll check in with you guys, and as always, peace and hail. We out of here.